Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another episode of Startup Talks. And today we have with us Johnny with Web3 Montreal.
Hi
I'm
there.
sorry, I forget your last name.
Jonathan Mirarchi.
Mirarchi.
It's
Jonathan.
often mispronounced because of the CH.
Well, I'm glad you said it then.
Indeed.
and Jonathan is the co-founder of Web3 Montreal, so our sister organization at Web3 Ot under IIG. How's it going, Johnny?
Oh, very good. Having a great time at Web3 North.
Yeah, you just got off the stage not long ago. How was your experience?
That was great. Working, on the stage with Jelani and Alex was great. Super smart guys. I just love to hear them talk and ask the right questions to have them, keep on going. So
Yeah,
it was
they
a great
were
time.
sharp. And I took Jelani immediately afterwards and I brought him over here to talk some more. So that gives you an example. I would love to talk to you about community and the importance of community in Web3.
Mhm.
We often say how it's a fundamental substrate of Web3. So can you just share your thoughts with respect to that? And then after that, I'd love to learn more about Web3 Montreal and share it with everybody.
Definitely, yeah. Web3 and community, I think, go hand in hand. I think, the internet is such a wide place where you have such diversity of people all around the world, working on something they all believe in. And the only thing that, connects us all together is that sense of community and common belief towards a certain goal. And, we get caught up on Discord servers and Twitter and Telegram chats, talking about all these technologies and our passion for it. But, there's a certain aspect that it's important to bring people together, like today here at Web3 North, and more local events, in our respective cities, and that's where Web3 Montreal came in for our city. Was really seeing that a lot of people in our community, in the city, were working in the space or interested in the space, but sometimes interested people lack a connective tissue to be able to come together and actually share ideas.
I love that.
Yeah, and so it's so important to have a place for people to come together, because one of the things that Web3 is known for is decentralization, and that's often a strength when it comes to technology, but not for community. It's if everyone's so scattered around, it's hard for people to share ideas.
Yeah, typically you need unity, right, when it comes to community. Right?
Exactly. And so you could get lost in the sauce with 100 Discord servers and Telegram group chats, but at the end of the day, where do you belong, right? And that sense of belonging, I think, is what really brings people together and move things forward more efficiently.
Yeah, and when I think of the thousands of projects in Web3 that launched in the last 5 years even, you said connective tissue. That speaks to me a lot because before a technology is mature enough, before you have widespread adoption, you've got this early cohort of believers who just believe fundamentally in what this technology might be able to do in the future. And it's without that, there's no nucleation site. There's no starting point. You need the belief. You need crazy people a little bit to believe in it.
Yeah, crazy.
So would you say that your community has crazy people like mine?
Oh, I think crazy is an understatement. I think meeting a lot of people whose the majority of net worth is in digital internet money. I think everyone's missing a few screws
One
here.
step away from monopoly money.
But Exactly, monopoly money, but it's on a decentralized ledger, so
That's
it's okay.
right. It's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. When we launched Web3 Ottawa earlier this year, I said on stage that it was 6 months ago. I was surprised at the traction early on that we got, the desire. And then I look at your group.
Yeah.
And you guys are 700 in your Telegram. It's so interesting to watch because you invited us as observers and we participate a little bit, but it's so engaged. How do you guys do that? What's the secret to community management?
Oh, it's honestly, time flies so fast. You're saying 6 months. I think we're a year and a half in now, and really, it's just offering a platform for people to come together, and they just all come. We didn't do any paid marketing or any inorganic way to reach people. It was really just
the community is the product, basically.
Indeed.
It's network effects. They bring value to the rest of the network.
Yeah, I like to see Web3 Montreal as a water cooler, and everyone's working at the office, and people will just start coalescing around the water cooler, right? So
I love it.
Yeah. So honestly, the way Web3 Montreal started was, there was a McGill student who's actually from Toronto who was working at a Web3 protocol while she was in her, I believe, undergrad. And she just let out a tweet on Twitter asking, who in Montreal, works in Web3 or is in the industry in some way. And if, they could all come together for a dinner. She's thinking, 10, 15 people might show up. But, that tweet really got a lot of traction and got retweeted a lot in the Montreal community. And, one thing led to another. And it's 70, 100 people showing up, and they had to organize like more of an event. And essentially, yeah, that was like kind of the first unofficial event of Web3 Montreal.
That's like the Web3 version of what's that movie about the party that just goes awry? Because I forget what the name is.
I forgot it too, but I know exactly
you know what
you're
I'm talking about.
Yes.
It's like it became a monster. But I guess this is very much a good thing for you guys. And it also, you know, another aspect of how community and Web3 kind of go hand in hand is like you build with the community.
Mm-hmm.
You can build products to serve the needs of the community.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those community members can become early adopters of, you know, the products that emanate from it.
Yeah.
And earlier on stage, I kind of implicated you guys when I said that we want to build a program to help Web3 startups, Web3 founders. And what I find really fun is that at this point, at a conference like this, where we've brought together multiple communities, we can start to have those discussions. This is like, how do we coordinate between communities, between Web3 Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto?
Yeah.
So I'm personally very excited for the next steps that we're going to take in that front. Yeah, I don't know if you have anything to add to that.
No, I mean, the community throughout all of Canada is very rich. I mean, I think we saw today the amount of companies that are founded in Canada. You know, I could speak for myself. In Montreal, we have Zapper and, you know, I mean, there's so many to name.
you have
Honestly,
tons,
I can't
yeah.
even go there. But you know, and I think being able for us to all now, you know, we all created our own city groups, right? We have Web3 Montreal, Web3 Ottawa, Toronto, etc. And I think now it's starting to
coalesce at a higher level, right?
Correct. Yeah, and coordinating.
You know, coordinating, exactly.
And I think that will allow us to really, you know, have strength in numbers and, you know, having a larger impact on the national level. And then hopefully, you know, that ends up snowballing because, you know, it's all about strength in numbers. And the amount of people I saw get jobs or get their company funded and stuff through Web3 Montreal events. And it wasn't like we hosted a job fair or any particular thing. It's just through natural, you know, communication between members of our community. Because the platform existed, it empowered so many people. And I think if now we could scale that up to a national level, that would be very exciting.
That was the exact purpose of Web3 North, where we are right now, the inaugural event. And I'll come back to your analogy of the water cooler. Web3 North is like the water cooler for the communities, aggregated communities, for the corporate partners, for the investors. And you know, we're wrapping up here. I think we've just heard our closing speech. I'm really excited about what the future has in store, and I'm looking forward to continuing working with you guys.
Yeah, myself as well. It's great to see what you've built in only 6 months.
We did it with you and a lot of other partners, but it's not one person who built this. I think that's the key. I really want to reiterate that, but
no, it's we, you know, we all put in our work and our passion, because at the end of the day, you know, it's not. I don't think it's any of our like direct day jobs. You know, it's something we all do out of passion. And you know, we all benefit from, you know, the community. It's kind of like a feedback loop. You know, you host something like this, you see the amount of you know, outpour of people showing up and the positive feedback, and it just fuels you to keep on going. And you know, it's definitely a self-feeding cycle. And so you know, I think one thing I can tell you from you know, being a year and a half in is it scales very quick. And so just get ready for the ride.
Yeah, well, when you told me you're only a year and a half and you guys are at 700 members, albeit you're in Montreal, so there's a much bigger, but still, I think we're on like the beginning part of that S-curve.
Definitely.
Right? And you're giving us a taste of things to come.
Yeah, we even have more on LinkedIn. It's funny enough. Yeah, we have like 850 right now on LinkedIn.
Wow.
So I wonder what the overlap is. That's something I have to sit down with Sean and, you know, look at the HubSpot. But I definitely say...
Shout out to Sean. Good guy.
Very good guy. Hard worker.
He couldn't be here tonight, but it would have been great to chat with you, Sean.
No, indeed. We miss you. But yeah, definitely. I think, you know, if you were to add the two together of unique members, I'd say probably over 1,000. And honestly, like, it's, you know, once you set up the lemonade stand, you know, the lineup comes and then you really get to see the community grow and everyone benefits from that. So I think Ottawa has something good, you know, in the works, and Gatineau as well, I guess, through association. And I look forward to seeing what the space looks like in Canada over the next coming years.
Me too. We're going to build it together. Johnny, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
And we'll talk at the after party tonight.
Indeed. Take care.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.